Good morning, YouTube. It is Friday, May 29th, 2020, and Stanette's Kitchen here with you from my living room, actually, in Minneapolis. As you know, for the past few days, there's been rioting and looting, and it's spread pretty much like a horrible disease beyond the Twin Cities here. Started over South Minneapolis, worked its way to St. Paul, then it worked its way up North Minneapolis and out to the Sunray area, Maplewood, and it's ridiculous. And not everyone that's doing all this is from here, so it's really frustrating when people that are not from the area are coming so that they can either do the, well, we're supporting you, we're in this with you, and you're tearing up our stuff, and then you're going home. Like, seriously. When you were growing up and you were a kid, if you had company over and your company, like, tore up your house or broke something or played with your toys and made a mess and left everything everywhere, wouldn't they be expected to clean up before they go home? Even in the Cat in the Hat book, when the Cat in the Hat brought thing 1 and thing 2 to help the 2 little kids have a great time, thing 1 and thing 2 made the entire place a wreck. Kids were like, yay, this is fun, hoo hoo hoo, having a great time. Then when everything was over and they were like, oh, time for us to go, the parents were on the way home and the kids were like, whoa, we've got all this mess. But the Cat in the Hat did come back with his whatchamacallit thing and help clean up the place. Sometimes adults need to look at these childhood stories and take a lesson from that. Yes, what happened to George Floyd was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. This happens so many times, and it's happened across the nation, and you could turn it into a race thing. You can turn it into a political thing, I hate the police thing or whatever. But let's get down to it. What happened was horrible, and we need to be the change that we want to see. This is not some little fake made-up media crap to divert people's attention. People are losing their jobs. When all the grocery stores and, Cub Foods and the pharmacies and everything are closed, those people have nowhere to go to work, which means they have no income, which means they will not be able to pay their rent or mortgage. Also means they will not be able to get prescriptions if they have physical health needs or challenges. It's a domino effect. It wasn't just the one domino being knocked down. And I understand people wanting to peaceably protest, but when is enough enough? Peaceable protest is one thing. Laying on the ground, kicking your feet and tearing everything up is another. And right now, the tantrum is what we're seeing. We're seeing a childish tantrum by a bunch of adults. Of course, it was another night of fire trucks, lots of alarms. National Guard came into town, which helped a whole lot because things were so out of control. I mean, people burnt down the police station. Okay, so now how is that going to benefit you? How is that memorializing the memory of this man who was actually a peaceful person and sought peace in situations, and he worked as a security guard? Or at one point he was working as a security guard. So how is this a positive thing? How does this reflect on our community as a whole? And I know there are people that came here from out of state because their vehicles said as much. Their vehicles, their license plate, it proved that. And they were doing a lot of damage and destruction. People from Michigan or from outstate Minnesota, you come and you tear up our stuff, and then you go home and live in your nice comfy homes and have access to food, have your employment, have your income, you know, it's not really right. But I'm not going to dwell on that for a long time because it doesn't do any good, because people that don't want to listen are just not going to listen. And either these holes in the side of your head are ears that are really working and helping you to gather the information and really process it and do a mature thing, or you're going to continue to be an immature baby and do the stupid stuff that you're already doing. So what you're doing is what you're doing. I hate to say it, but it is. And you know, today is the first time that I did not go to work and I'm not sick. I'm an essential employee and I go because I have to be there for the safety and the care of the clients that I work for. But broken glass everywhere, sounds like bombs through the night, fire, this smoky chemical smell that I even smell now that's been going on since last night. I can't even open my windows because of that smell. People are out there on the streets abducting women now. Like, seriously. Grabbing women, pulling them into cars, shooting guns. I ain't going nowhere. So, I actually had to call off. Someone else will have to make sure that my clients get the things that they need today. And I pray that by Monday, things will have calmed down. I really pray for a really, really, really hard rain, a really hard thunderstorm. That's what I would like. I would like to see a mighty move of God and let a really hard rain come, because our city is destroyed. All that was beautiful here, all that I've come to love over the past almost 30 years, is destroyed. And it's not fair and it's not right. And the people that are doing the destroying are like, it's their fault because they started it by having that one person doing that. So now we blame all the police force, or we blame all the white people, or we blame all of this group or that group. You know, people are doing this, people are doing that. It's just like the Wizard of Oz when they were like, it's everybody's fault, but not mine. Let's start to take ownership for our communities and do something positive to build up our community, because this was a really nice community. And I said I wasn't going to be on here long, so I'm going to have to cut this video short, but I am having my morning coffee. And I wanted to share with you a brief reading from The Dance of Anger, which is actually a woman's guide to changing the patterns of intimate relationships in her intimate relationships by Harriet Goldhor, Lerner, PhD. But there was a part of this book that can be related to even what's going on right now. So I wanted to share that with you really quick, leave you that thought for today. Who has the problem? My father has a big problem. He makes excessive demands on me. These statements, Katie's opening words to me on the phone, reflect her conviction that it is her father who has the problem. And yet, from Katie's description, her father is able to identify his wishes, state them clearly, and even get what he wants. Katie has the problem. She has yet to find a way to identify and clarify her own limits with her father so that she's not left feeling bitter and resentful. It is Katie who is struggling and in pain. This is her problem. Now, to say that Katie has a problem, however, is not to imply that she's wrong or to blame or at fault. Who has the problem is a question that has nothing to do with guilt or culpability. The one who has the problem is simply the party who is dissatisfied with or troubled by a particular situation. Now, who has the problem? That's a question that people need to be asking right now, given this situation that's going on right now here in Minneapolis. And now it's like, it's spread over and it's like going across the country. People need to stop a minute and say, wait a minute, who has the problem? Yes, this person has a problem. Yes, that person has a problem, but I have a problem too. I have a problem with how situations are handled. I have a problem with people destroying my community. I have a problem with people taking away the ability of others to be able to access food, to be able to get their prescriptions. Because, oh yeah, they broke into a couple of Walgreens yesterday and stole all the medication. People are stealing the ATM machines. Are you stupid? Really? Why are you doing this? Are you that pathetic that you have to steal from people that have needs? People with health conditions that have needs? People that need food? Are you that pathetic that you have to destroy just the very place that we live? The place that I live. Like I said, some people came from Michigan and outstate Minnesota and other different cities, but this is my home. This is my community. You want to tear something up? Go home and tear up your own crap. Don't come and destroy an entire community. Don't make it difficult for elders, and don't make it difficult for children or just people in general to live in peace and harmony in this community. Thanks for joining me today, and I just want to remind you, say what I said again. I said yesterday, a thought for us. You know, now we also have this from the dance of anger that you can add. Who has a problem? But remember, you're the one who can make the peace. And you don't make the peace by setting things on fire. You don't make the peace by shooting at people and abducting people and destroying things. You know, you don't make the peace that way. Peace comes with the fruit of the Spirit. Fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, long-suffering. It's not what we're seeing right now. Take care, stay safe, and tell those that you love that you do love them. Let them know every day. Because tomorrow's not promised, and people are making it difficult for us to even get through day by day. But by the grace of God, we can make it through.